Here's a request. It's not like me.
Hank Williams, he came up from Montgomery with a heart full of hard luck country song. But Nashville, Tennessee, they didn't understand him, 'cause he did things differently than the way that they were done. But when he finally made it to the Grand Ole Opry, he made it stand still. He ended up on alcohol and pills. Elvis Presley, he came up from Jackson with a brand new way of singing, a brand new way of dancing. And even from the waist up, he gave the world a thrill. He ended up on alcohol and pills. Alcohol and pills, it's a crying shame. You think they might have been happy with the glory and the fame. The fame don't take away the pain, it just pays the bill, and you wind up on alcohol and pills. Janis Joplin, she was wild and reckless. Then there was Graham Parsons, then there was Jimi Hendrix. The story just goes on and on, I guess it always will. They ended up on alcohol and pills. Alcohol and pills, it's a crying shame. You think they might have been happy with the glory and the fame. The fame don't take away the pain, it just pays the bill, and you wind up on alcohol and pills. Sometimes somebody won't wake up one day. Sometimes it's a heart attack. Sometimes they won't say. But when they pull poor old Hank Williams out of that Cadillac Coupe de Ville, he ended up on alcohol and pills. Alcohol and pills, it's a crying shame. You think they might have been happy with the glory and the fame. The fame don't take away the pain, it just pays the bill, and you wind up on alcohol and pills. On alcohol and pills.
That's a great song by Todd Snyder. I played that the other day, and two or three gentlemen wanted to hear that again, and I think I should do it again. It's a great song by Todd Snyder. It's called Alcohol and Pills. If there are children listening, of course, don't do what he says. They're bad. Good morning, Gerald Michael Anderson here. The number to ring if you want to contact this programme is 08459 555 678. The email address is jerry.anderson@bbc.co.uk, and the text messaging service is 81771. Good morning, Mr. Coyle. Good to see you back.
Well, thank you very much. It's nice to be back.
I must say you're looking very well tanned and fit and marginally taller. I have to add.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you got lifts on your shoes?
No, just
look a little
lifts on my
taller.
heels with the thought of being back and working on this program again. It's
You're being
such
sarcastic,
no,
aren't you?
such a delight. I
No,
look
I can,
forward.
I can see the
No,
feeling.
because I was met with open arms at Belfast Airport yesterday.
By the
coming home.
PSNI?
Well, by the passport and regulation people, the customs people.
What did they say to you?
Hey, the man said to me, he says, "Would you say hello to me, daddy? Would you get Gerry Anderson to say hello to my daddy?"
No. You're watering that. He asked you to say hello to his daddy.
No, he asked you.
No, he wouldn't say to you to ask me to say hello to his daddy.
It's the man's name.
And the man on passport control?
Bob McCabe.
Bob, yeah.
McAdam. It's Bob McAdam. And he
yeah.
lives in Tandragee. And he listens to your program every morning. And the man says, "Would you say hello to my daddy, please?" He's a big fan of the program.
What's his father's name?
Bob.
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 Okay,
McCabe.
Bob. Good morning, Bob. Did he not ask you to say hello?
No, he said, "Would you?"
Seems somehow rude.
No, it did not. He was very nice.
Why ask you? Why ask me when you're there? He could have said, "Will you say hello to my dad?"
He says,
I know
said to me, he said, "Are you him?" And I says, "I am." You know what I mean? And he says, "Will you get the other boy to say hello?" You know, that's...
So you're him and I'm the other boy?
Yes.
That's
And
all
I
right.
says, "I will." He says, "My father takes Gerry Anderson away on holiday with him." So Bob from Tandragee takes you on holiday with him.
All right.
And listens to you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's good. We'll say hello to him. Have you been following the football during the course of your accent?
Uh-huh.
Your absence?
yes, my accent, yes.
Well, a lady writes to me from the Ukraine, and her name is Anna Sandol, and she's from Envina Konstantvitsa Kostsarapasaska Past, Ukraine. And you think I'm making that up, don't you? I'm reading that. She said, "I want to thank you for your great work. Whilst I was visiting your country, I listened to the radio most of the time. Now I work at the local radio station in the Ukraine. Ukraine beat Sweden last night, didn't they, 2-1?
They did.
Yeah, but I still listen to your radio station. Our radio team sends you our warm greetings and appreciation for your work. I would be very happy to receive autographs of some of your other anchors." I think there's a word left out there, isn't there? As well as a little souvenir and lasting memory of the radio. What you've missed? Did you have a nice holiday? You look rested.
I had a wonderful holiday.
No, you
Thank
look
you very
rested,
much.
yeah.
It was a wonderful place.
Yeah.
And it was great.
Mm-hmm. I must go to that place maybe sometime. Maybe I could look nice too. I would like to let you know, says the gentleman, of a great event in the Royal Hotel this Friday night on the 15th of June. You're back just in time. The live mouse race.
Oh, gee.
Creating thrill and entertainment. And Kenny Archer is involved in this. Have you ever seen a live mouse race?
No.
I've never seen that either. It's in the Royal Hotel in Cookstown on Friday the 15th of June. That's just a step forward,
I
isn't
think
it?
that was somewhat cruel. I don't like the sound of that.
To the mice?
Yes, those wee mice would be terrified.
Maybe they would be. Or maybe it's a kind of a thing just to draw people in. Maybe it's going to be a lot of guys with computers. The little mice things.
Rish your... Oh.
I don't know. But I don't think so. That's maybe a wee bit too sophisticated.
So it says this is an hotel, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Well, can you imagine? A man with drink taking and roaring and gowling at a little mouse?
Can you imagine you a
that's what I
little
think
feminist beastie?
Aye.
You brought out of your little hole,
You see?
and suddenly put in some kind of a racetrack, and beer-bellied monsters
Yes.
guzzling, carling Black Label.
That's right.
And shouting, "Get up, boy, you know they boys! Hey,
number 4.
I have a chatter on you, come on over.
Yeah.
That would terrify any mouse. Mice can't stand any kind of a noise. They're used to quiet, you know.
I don't think I would like that at all.
Okay, maybe perhaps the people who are running this would maybe let us know what the circumstances are.
Yeah, I think
and
they
if
should.
Proper arrangements are being made for the mice to protect their hearing.
And it would be even worse if there were pet mice.
Indeed,
Because
yes.
a pet mouse would not be used to that.
I think so. You know, it's amazing how some of the depths that people will sink to. I myself would never go to a thing like that, but it looks like good crack. I'm surprised at Kenny Archer. Kenny Archer being a man who's in love with animals, in the nicest possible sense.
Yes.
He's
But
an animal lover.
Maybe Kenny yodels
Maybe Kenny yodels too.
and the mice run. If you know what I mean. Not from Kenny's yodeling, but, you know what I mean, don't you? Poor Kenny. I didn't mean that, Kenny. Kenny yodels. The Pied Piper of Northern Ireland.
The Pied Piper of Oma.
Oh, smell of the bedroom from across the street got in my nose as we carried our ladders on up the street by the wrought iron gate road. a book on Zen. Curiosity killed the cat, Kerouac's dharma bomb on the road. What's my line? I'm happy cleaning windows. Take my time, I'll see you when my love goes. Don't let it slide, I'm a working man in my prime. Cleaning windows. What's my life? I'm happy cleaning windows. Take my time, I'll see you when my love goes. Don't let it slide, I'm a working man in my prime. Cleaning windows. Yeah. What's that you say? What's that I said? Number 126. Down on the town, cleaning windows, that's all I'm doing. All right. We'll be ready tomorrow. What time? What time? Hey, Barrett. What? Bring the rags in that bucket. What are you saying to me now? Well, slavery is dead, buddy. Hurry up. Slavery is dead. Don't get out of here, we have to go on the door. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Cleaning windows. Yeah. Whoa, yeah. Cleaning windows. Yeah. I'm doing cleaning windows.
That's interesting. That's a song by a gentleman called Barnes, Barrence, Barnes Whitfield, an American singer. That's the song. You're familiar with that song, aren't you, Cleaning Windows?
Well, I'm going to tell you something now.
Yes.
Do you know when you lie in your bed at night
Yes.
and you think of some songs that you want to play the following day
Yes.
on the program?
Yeah.
I thought about starting the program, my wee program today, with Van Morrison singing When I'm Cleaning Windows.
Isn't that amazing?
And then you play that today.
I never knew that.
Uh-huh.
It just goes to show you how important it is that the minds are linked.
Yeah, there you are.
But the interesting thing about that, at the very end, when Van Morrison talks about finding the money on the windowsill, the tanner in the 3D bit,
Yes.
he shied away from that.
What, did he not say it?
No. You can't do it. See, Americans can't say tanner in the 3D bit. You can't do that. For one reason, he probably had no idea what it is.
There's a man wants you in one.
Speaking of dreams, a gentleman writes to me and he said, I had a dream about me, you, it says, last night, me. In the dream, I was digging a large hole in the ground with a spade. Sounds like this program. Beside me, you were reclining on an old-fashioned deck chair, reading a book. You completely ignored me, and at no stage did you offer me help to dig the hole. Every now and again, I would look up from digging the hole to see you chuckling at a particularly funny section of the book that you were reading, again, completely ignoring me. What do you think it all means? I like to think in reality that you would have helped me, but I think we both know that that would not have been the case. I think that's an accurate reflection of my attitude towards most things. I'm sitting there, right? I'm reading a book, a man is working hard. I remember one time, I don't mind admitting this to you, but sometimes I don't realize when I have to help people. I remember a young friend of mine was moving from one place to another, right? From one apartment to another. And I was supposed to go round. I just kind of called round. And this person's parents had arrived to help him move the furniture, right? And I'm sitting on the stairs talking to this guy, and his father and his brother and his mother and his sister are humping furniture up and down the stairs.
Past you?
Past me. And you know something?
Yeah.
I never realised that I should have helped. Do you
Yeah.
know? It was only afterwards I realised, what must they think of me?
Yeah.
You see, this is the type of thing that worries me, because I'm not like ordinary people. If it never occurred to me to say, you know, you might say, I think you're that type of person, you'd say, can I give you a hand with that bed?
You would do.
It would never occur to me.
But
And
once
you're
you do that, you're there for the entire day.
I know,
you
but maybe
realise that.
Maybe that's why I don't do it.
Uh-huh.
But see, I won't even make the initial approach, which makes me think that I'm less of a human being than other people.
Well, can I ask you this?
I think you would be the type of person who would say, can I give you a hand with that dresser?
No, I would take light stuff. I wouldn't.
No, but you would make an effort.
Your dresser's a bit much.
No, you would realise that you must help.
The
You
odd
must chip
picture,
in.
the odd mirror, things like
Yeah.
that. You know.
I can never. I never want to chip in. I never want to join in. And this man has tapped into that.
Mm-hmm.
He realises that there's a serious flaw in my personality, and that's a thing that I have to admit. I'm less than.
Well,
human.
here's an awkward situation that I'm sure you've found yourself in, which many people have. I have.
Yes.
You're walking along the street,
Yeah.
and a guy's struggling with a car, pushing the car, maybe trying to steer it and push it, and one other person. What do you do?
I walk straight past.
Do you?
Yes, I do. I know that's what I know I'm wrong and I can't help myself, but I would never say, listen, do you want a hand there?
Yeah.
I can't do that. Because I'd be afraid maybe they would do something to me. I just walk on past. I wouldn't walk on past. I'd probably dodge into a doorway.
Right. Say, for instance, in the snow, and you see a guy struggling, skidding, not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Would you be the guy who would step off the sidewalk and help him?
I would if it was a girl.
Would you?
Yeah, not if it was a guy.
Would you not?
No. I wouldn't do it, no. No, I'm sorry. I can't help it. I'm not like an ordinary person.
No,
I'm not
reason-
saying I'm extraordinary. I'm not like the next man.
Well, the reason I say it because I've got a sort of a guilt conscience about a thing that happened to me in the winter there.
Okay, spit it out.
I was walking past. I was walking down here to work.
Don't call it work.
I
told
know.
you that before.
I know you don't
Spats
like
are
it.
lucky.
Right. Anyway, I was
Yeah.
walking down here,
Yes.
and I was having great difficulty keeping my own balance up.
A difficulty remaining upright.
Upright, correct.
Yeah.
And I'm going along, and you're trying to pick every spot in advance. You know where you look, say, step there, and you're taking your time. And I'm going up this sort of slight incline, and there's traffic lights, right? And there's a car stopped at a red light. As I'm getting up, I'm on the footpath, and he's right, and he tries to take off, and he's going nowhere. The wheels are spinning, and and he's going nowhere. And he's beckoning me to help him.
Oh, I would hate
He's
that.
saying to me, push me.
Push me.
Push me.
Push me, pull me. Yeah.
Right? And
I've never seen anything like it.
but I'm trying to keep my own balance.
I know.
And I walked on past him because I knew there's no way I can walk out onto the middle of this road and try and push a car.
And he will hate you. And he'll hate you until the day he dies.
He made a rude gesture towards me as I walked on. And I wanted to explain to him. I wanted to tell him too, I've got angina. You know what I mean?
I'm not well. I'm not well. I'd love to help you, but I'm not well.
I should have took out my wee red bottle and said, look,
Look at my medicine.
I put this under my tongue. I get a pain.
You remember what Quentin Crisp said about him when he went to visit his friend of his who was in a mental asylum, and he walked across this floor. Do you know sometimes you go to those places and the floors are all very polished? He says, I walked across the floor to meet my friend, and across a surface on the floor that was so highly polished that even the sane had difficulty remaining upright. Oh, there's a man coughing. Tom Jones is on the line.
Tom Jones.
Good
How
morning.
do you know that?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Gerry.
How are you?
I'm very well. I'm not Tom Jones. I wish I was.
No, you cough like him. But that's okay. The cough, the voice. What can we do
Yeah.
for you this fine day?
Well, I couldn't think of anybody better to speak to than yourself.
Well, I'm glad you said that. Yes.
I know you've helped other people, and we're hoping that you can do the same for us.
Yes, I will if I can.
Well, we're at Shelter Northern Ireland. We're running a charity function on Saturday night. This Saturday coming in the Stormont Hotel in Belfast.
Yes.
And part of the show, we've got a vintage people doing a vintage various songs and dances and so on out of the shows from the 40s and 50s. And they've decided they needed a prop, and the prop is a vintage or 40s movie camera.
Yes.
And we're struggling to find such a thing, and wondered if you'd be good enough.
Why don't you have a mouse race?
Pardon?
Why don't you have a mouse race? A live mouse race. That's the latest thing.
A mouse race?
Yeah, get a few mice in there and race them, put bets on them.
Well, that's an idea.
Have
you seen this?
No, but you can see it in the Royal Hotel in Cookstown this Friday night. Right, you want a camera? So, look, do you notice I'm starting to laugh like Hugo? Have you heard that?
You will.
Do you hear? No, do you hear what I did there?
No.
I did.
Did you hear what I did there? I laughed like Hugo.
I was good though.
The old false laugh there.
Don't be offering me a kiss now.
No, I will not. Tell me about this camera. 1940s camera.
In the 40s movie camera. Yeah, it doesn't have to work or anything. It's only a prop. It just has to look like a 40s camera.
I would say many's a man or woman would have a thing like that lying up in the attic or indeed out in the backyard somewhere.
Well, that was our hope, but we've had no luck so far.
A movie camera. A man would have
a
movie camera. Who would have a movie camera?
Well, you see, people wouldn't really... if you get an old camera from the 40s, people aren't going to say...
This is a camera on a tripod.
Well, you could put any other kind of a thing in a tripod, couldn't you? If you had an old camera...
Is it, Tony?
Will you stop this?
I want to ask Tony, is it a camera mounted on a tripod? Is that what you're looking?
That would be the obvious one to do.
See,
but
yes.
But it would presumably it has wheels on it, for the film to go
around.
Oh,
he wants wheels as well.
You see, what exactly are you looking for, Tony?
It's a movie camera from the 40s period.
With wheels on it.
Well, no, that's the the film goes on the wheel.
I know. Well, listen, the people out there would know what kind of a camera you're looking for. I don't. But so we'll have to leave it up to them to see if they've got such a thing in their backyard or whatever, in the hut. Have you got a hut in your garden?
Yes. What about the man? What about the theatre that you go to?
The theatre that I go to?
You attend a theatre from time to time, don't you? Or you're the patron saint of it or something.
Patron saint of the
theatre?
Yeah,
you're something.
What are you talking about? I don't particularly like theatre.
No, it's a theatre, and they show old films. And they've kept it old style, and time to time they'll show Laurel and Hardy films.
Oh, you're talking about the Laurel and Hardy Society? They're up near Belfast somewhere.
Well, where's that?
I'm not quite sure.
There's an old cinema.
They're two brothers, yeah.
That's correct.
Two brothers, and they have the cinema, yeah.
Yes,
we
were in it.
But I can't remember where it was, or I can't remember.
Is this on the outskirts of Belfast somewhere?
I think so. Yeah, well, maybe they'd be able to help. Tell you what, let's leave it here, and maybe perhaps...
No, you're of no help at all to this man.
I know that.
Tony, he's not trying to help you at all. Tony, I'm trying desperately hard to help you.
You're doing brilliant, Sean.
He has interviewed these two brothers. He's been in the cinema.
Yeah.
And he's not trying to give you any information at all.
I can't remember anything about it.
I think there's a start with an A.
I don't know if it starts with an A or not.
Alvor.
Alvor? That's where you were on your holidays. No.
Where?
No.
Avoca.
No. Listen, this is great, but we'll have to stop this now. Anyone can help this man. Give us a ring at 08459 555 678, or indeed the gentleman whose names I forget, who've got that cinema whose name I forget, which is located in a place that I cannot remember. Give us a ring here at 08459 555 678. I guarantee that before this program is dead, before you're a minute older, you will get that camera.
Thank you, Gerry. That's exactly what I would expect from the man who has access to everything.
Indeed, yes. The man who has access to everything. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Gerry. Yes.
What do you give to the man who has access to everything?
Right. Now,
How can you amuse a man who has access to everything?
I'm going to ask you a question now.
Go ahead.
Right. You talked to that man there now for about 5 minutes.
Yes, approximately, yes.
Right?
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
And he asked you many things. Talked about many things. What's his name?
I have no idea.
You have no idea?
No.
No, you think of the first thing you would do would ask to show a bit of interest, what's your name? And when you're ending the conversation, you would have says, right, Tony, I'll do my best for you, Tony.
I don't care what people's names are, because people's names are private. And even if a man tells me his name, I don't remember what it is. So I never ask people
Colin
names.
and Alwyn James.
That's...
Where now is it?
Where now is it? Where now is it?
Where?
I don't know where now is it. I'm not quite sure. Colin and Alwyn James.
It's in Cumber.
Cumber, that's it. Starts with a C. That's Colin and Alwyn James in Cumber.
What's that there? Film cinema is just outside Cumber. Outside Cumber.
Just outside Cumber. See, are you happy now?
No, what's the name of it?
I don't know what the name of it is. Does it say?
The what? The Spence Brothers? No.
The Spence Brothers, yeah.
Is it?
Those are the ones I'm talking about.
But that's not the name of the cinema.
No. The Spence Brothers is not. Colin and Alwyn James are two brothers who, they are two different brothers. They are not the brothers that we're thinking of.
No, they're not the brothers.
They make films, but they don't show old films.
No, it's the boys.
Colin and Alwyn James make films.
Yes.
They're an independent production company. But the other people, the Spences, are people who've got an interest. They've got that Laurel and Hardy Club.
Yes.
And they've got this little private cinema where people can go to, and they show all these old cinemas, those old films, and it's a great idea altogether. Why wouldn't you just leave me alone?
You were in it.
I know I was in it, but I don't remember anything.
And they invite you from time to time to go down to see showings.
And I never go. I can't help it. It's the way I am. I'm sorry.
Is that Glenn Campbell?
I don't remember stuff.
Is that Glenn Campbell?
No, it's not. It's Tony Joe White.
I am a lineman for the county. and I drive the main road, searching in the sun for another overload. I hear you singing in the wire, I can hear you through the wire, and the Wichita lineman is still on the line. I know I need a small vacation, but it don't look like rain. And if it's snow that stretched down south, will never stand the strain. And I need you more than want you, and I want you for all time. And the Wichita lineman is still on the line. You, and I want you for all time. And the Wichita lineman is still on the line.
I'm pleased to say that we've got the camera for the gentleman, and we don't know where it came from. Here's the news. Back shortly.
On 92 to 95 FM
and 1341 medium wave.
This is BBC Radio Ulster.
With the BBC News at 11 o'clock, I'm Jenny Lowry. A fire at a house in East Belfast is being treated as arson. A family of foreign nationals were in the house in Westbourne Street when a bin was placed at the back door and set alight in the early hours of this morning. The man, woman and baby were unhurt in the incident. It's understood Jennifer McCann will be the new Sinn Féin Junior Minister. She'll replace Martina Anderson in her role at the office of the First and Deputy First Minister. Ms Anderson is leaving the job to become an MEP, replacing Barbara de Bruyn. The opposition in Syria has reported more killings this morning, saying 10 people have died in the eastern city of Deir ez-Zor. More than 100 people are reported to have been killed across the country yesterday, and the UN has called for the city of Homs to be evacuated. Jim Muir reports.
The terrifying sound of a shell slamming into one of the quarters of Homs, which have been surrounded and heavily bombarded in recent days. Trapped in the city are many families, sheltering in the few basements that offer some sort of protection. These are the people the UN observers would like to see evacuated, but it's proven impossible so far. Syrian state television has been playing recordings of what it says is an intercepted phone conversation between militants, with one of them ordering the rebels to carry out a massacre of civilians at Al-Hafa, film it, and then blame the government.
Time for the sport now, and Michael McNamee is here.
Republic of Ireland manager Giovanni Trapattoni has hinted that striker Jonathan Walters might start against Spain on Thursday. He also appeared to pour cold water on James McLean's hopes of having some game time at Euro 2012. In rugby, Ulster will shortly find out their Heineken Cup opponents for next season. The draw for the pool stages is just about to start. Ireland prop Cian Healy is rated 50-50 for Saturday's second test with New Zealand. The injured English golfer Paul Casey has been replaced by 14-year-old Chinese-born Andy Zhang at this week's US Open in San Francisco, and former Antrim hurling boss Jim Nelson has returned to the county's managerial team for the rest of the season.
And the weather details now. Here's Barra Best.
Some hefty showers around for the first part of the day, which may cause a few problems, and some may be thundery too. We will hold on to the showers for the rest of today, but they will become lighter and fewer in numbers as the day goes on. Some bright spells and sunshine, but a cooler feeling day with highs around 15 degrees with light winds. Drier late this evening and overnight into Wednesday, but the unsettled weather isn't far away.
BBC News.
BBC Radio Ulster. Travel news.
Roadworks continue on the A29 Moy Road, which remains closed in the direction of Armagh. Delays of around half an hour can be added to your journey, with diversions onto the College Land Road, Ballygasson Road and Loughgall Road. Then tonight and tomorrow night, part of the Portaferry Road in Newtownards will be closed for roadworks. That closure will take place from 7 p.m. until 6 a.m. On to flights at the George Best Belfast City Airport. The 10:15 arrival from Gatwick has been delayed to 11:10, and at Belfast International, the 12:45 arrival from Palma is now due at 1:10. Anne Jordan reporting.
Travel news on BBC Radio Ulster.
Hello, Gerry. It's Wendy here.
Hi, Wendy.
How are you doing?
All right. What's happening today?
Well, we're wondering what's happening on Derry City Council. It looks a bit like musical chains. We'll be asking what's going on. Have we not got past all of that? You're not putting that chain on me business. That's what we're talking about at the top of the programme. We're also asking, how hard is it to get on a summer scheme? Now, it's a day or two since you or I needed to have a summer scheme for our kids, but parents are apparently queuing all night to get their children a place.
How little they know. Why don't they just leave them at pubs like the Prime Minister?
Well, exactly. But cheaper, wouldn't it?
Yes.
We're also wondering today, where's Wally, the wandering wallaby? Still on the loose? He's not boinging around your studio, no?
No, as far as I know, I would have noticed it.
You think so?
Yes.
Even you?
Yes, even me. There's not a kangaroo in sight. Or indeed a wallaby. You know, it's difficult to tell them apart. One hop looks the same as the other.
Well, that's true. Japanese knotweed.
Yes.
Have you ever had that?
We've had trouble with this up here in the River Foyle. I've managed to eliminate it and indeed distribute further down.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, go ahead.
One final one. Your most important story, Gerry. I know how much you love golf.
Yes, I love golf with a passion, yes.
Well, indeed. And we'll be talking to a man who scored 2 holes in the one round.
All right, then. OK, a man from this area, I believe.
Yes, indeed. And he did it at Greencastle in County Donegal. So
apparently the chances of that are even more remote than winning the lottery.
No, squillions to 1.
OK, well, look forward to that.
I know you will.
12 o'clock. Right, bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Oh, you... Don't listen to him, Wendy. Look forward to that. One golf, you?
I love golf stories.
Yeah.
I sit in pubs all night and encourage people to tell them to me. It's important that we know what strokes are going on. I completely lost what I was talking about to Wendy there.
not there.
That was The Lonesome Boatman by the Donegal Free Man. Kind of nice, that. A bit disco-ish. But sure, none the worse for all that.
I'm going down to the Greyhound station, gonna get a ticket to ride. Gonna find that lady with 2 or 3 kids and sit down by her side. Ride till the sun comes up and down around me about 2 or 3 times. Smoking cigarettes in the last seat. Try to hide my sorrow from the people I meet and get along with it all. Go down where people say, oh, sing a song with a friend, change the shape of a man, and get back in the game, start playing again. I'd like to stay, but I might have to go to start over again. Might go back down to Texas, I might go to somewhere I never been. And get up in the morning, go out at night, and I won't have to go home. Get used to being alone, change the words to the song, start singing again. I'm tired of running around looking for answers to questions that I already know. I could build me a castle of memories just to have somewhere to go. Count the days and the nights that it takes to get back in the saddle again. Feed the pigeons some clay, turn the night into day. Start talking again when I know what to say. I'm going down to the Greyhound station, gonna get a ticket to ride. Gonna find that lady with 2 or 3 kids and sit down by her side. Ride till the sun comes up and down around me about 2 or 3 times. Smoking cigarettes in the last seat. Try to hide my sorrow from the people I meet and get along with it all. Go down where people say, oh, feed the pigeons some clay, turn the night into day, start talking again when I know what to say.
That's a gentleman called Blaze, B-L-A-Z-E, or A-Z-E, Foley, F-O-L-E-Y, looking for some of that Chris Christopherson money. That's a song called Clay Pigeons from the CD called Live at the Austin Outhouse by the late, great Texan Blaze Foley. That's his name. Michelle writes to me and she said, last night we watched a special Diamond Jubilee program called 8 out of 10 Cats. Did you ever watch 8 out of 10 Cats?
No, was that Blaze Foley, did you say?
Yes.
It sounds so much like John Prine.
John Prine, a cross between John Prine and Chris Christopherson.
No, aye, and I think there's a wee bit. There's a wee bit of your other man. What do you call the?
Is this going to take long?
No, what do you call the man? There's another man that you played, and you introduced us to him.
Did I?
Oh, you didn't, dude.
Chip Taylor?
No, go on, give me a name. Tell me who it is, please.
Listen, can you stop this? Can we just carry on, okay? Whenever you find the guy's name, maybe you let me know. But let us not wait for a long, long time whilst you try and remember the man's name. Okay, just leave me with this.
There's a call for you, by the way.
8 out of 10 Cats. Did you ever watch that Jimmy Carr? I thought this would be good. I couldn't have been more wrong. To cut a long story short, it was crap. We didn't so much as smile once, yet the amazing thing was the audience and the guests roared with laughter. What is happening? Well, there's something very strange. I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but do you know that kind of English humour?
He sang a song about a DJ.
This kind of English humour is moving in a completely different direction and leaving the rest of us behind. Now, a good example of that was, did you see the Jubilee concert outside Buckingham Palace?
No, so I was away.
And Paul McCartney couldn't sing and all that kind of thing?
No.
And Elton John looked stupid and Cliff Richard was wearing the wrong trousers. Did you not see any of that?
No.
There are no TVs in Portugal now?
Yeah, but they were watching other things.
Other things. Well, you know, good idea. But one of the interesting things was that stand-up comedians in England have got this kind of status which is far beyond what they really deserve. And in between all the acts, these stand-up comedians, and they were very, very unfunny and often quite nasty. So that's a whole kind of a thing going on. And can please somebody tell Jimmy Carr to stop that fake laugh once and for all? It's so annoying. Why does he do it? He does it because English people like it.
No, the guy that I don't like, is the guy who's a wee sort of chesty boy, wee barrel, wee chest.
Keith Lemon?
No, give me another name. And he walks up and down the stage like a madman.
That's Michael Thingamy.
Aye.
I'll be getting so excited.
I got excited.
Michael McIntyre.
Michael McIntyre.
Michael McIntyre. Oh, unbelievable. I can't understand.
There was a program
people buy videos of him and everything.
Yes, there was something on Michael McIntyre,
yeah.
And he was doing a show I may have been Australia or something like this. But you knew the audience were laughing out of politeness. They didn't understand what he was talking about because it was too English.
Well, we must be careful here.
Yes.
We're not castigating something because it is English, but it's a peculiar English sense of humour that doesn't seem to travel.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Doesn't seem to travel. That's why they don't like Russell Brand, because Russell Brand is quite funny. They don't like him because he seems somehow threatening.
I watched Graham Norton last night.
Graham Norton, yeah.
It was very good. It was a very good show. It was very good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. No, there's things you notice. You know when you haven't watched.
Yeah.
I heard you say this. I heard you say this years ago, and you pointed this very fact out that when you go away and you don't watch TV for a long time, you come back and then you start watching things. You see things and you hear things.
You realise how bad it is.
Well, you know.
But you know how bad it is before you go, but it's confirmed when you come back.
But
not that TV in the continent is any better because it's marginally worse.
Well, you're not watching TV over there.
Well, you are actually. I always watch the local channels.
Well,
I always watch Spanish, Italians, French channels. I always watch that. I don't know what they're saying, but you know by the look of them.
I found myself laughing at Graham Norton last night.
This is a very serious.
And for instance, this morning when I was listening to Stephen Nolan, bits and pieces of Stephen Nolan.
You were laughing at that too?
No. You could hear the silences. And they were so bad. They were so bad.
Let's do a Stephen Nolan interview, okay? Sean.
Yeah?
I know that you spent a little time in Portugal. And I know that you were horrified by the economic situation that you found the country. And I know that it's one of the pigs countries, Portugal, Italy, Galway, and Scandinavia. And I know that you were shocked when you saw the poverty around you. Can I ask you what you felt in your heart when you saw those children not having enough to eat because of the recklessness of the bankers? How did you feel? That's okay.
I felt.
It's okay. Did you feel? I felt
useless.
Let me shake your tree. Did you feel in some way responsible?
Do you know? It's funny, Gerry, that you should say that. In a way.
Don't cry.
You can't help.
Don't cry, please. Not yet. Wait until we're ready for you to cry.
You can't. You can't help but.
I'm sorry, it's 11 o'clock. Typhoon News. Goodbye, Hull. Good morning. How are you? Who's this? Who's this on the phone? Yes. How are you?
Hello. Good morning, Gerry.
How are you?
I am fine, thanks.
Good.
Just a wee bit dull here in Portrush this morning. It's not
is
such
not,
a nice
is it?
morning, but sure, once you and Sean come on, the show is brighten the morning up.
I heard a great song about Portrush this morning. I may play it. One of the lines is, when you hear the seagulls squawking as you're walking along the strand.
They're They're generally in the bins.
When you see the seagulls rummaging in the bins, it reminds me... Anyway, go ahead. What can we do for you today, if
Well,
anything?
Gerry, I want you to do something for me. I need a pair of Riker shoes. My husband has a disability.
Yes.
He had a stroke some years ago.
Okay.
And he has a nice, comfortable pair of summer Riker shoes.
Riker, how do you spell that? R-I-K-E-R?
R-E-I-K-E-R.
That's it. Okay.
They're German, I suppose.
Indeed.
But he has worn them in, and now when they're on the done side, we can't get a new pair.
All right, then.
Now, they have done this particular summer sort of latticed front shoe for quite a number of years, but for some reason or other this year they've taken it off.
Mm-hmm.
So we've tried to get a pair for him and in vain. So all my chance is that if someone has a pair as old stock
in
the shop. Now, the shoe is a Riker tan summer shoe. I need a size 9, and there's a code on the back of the heel. There's a code on every Riker shoe, and I have the code.
Yes.
The code is 850
850.
120 575 space 03.
That's a big, long number for a shoe, isn't it?
Isn't it?
It's 850-120-575-03.
Yes.
Riker, did you try? Can you go online? Are you computer literate at all?
We've gone on, but you cannot get anywhere, you know.
Okay. Well,
the only possibility is a shop in Northern Ireland having them and, having them in stock. I'm prepared to go for them, or have friends that would go for them.
Okay.
Nearly anywhere.
Yes.
Just to get this pair of shoes, because he's so difficult to fit with feet with his stroke foot. And these have been very comfortable and light and airy for him for the summer. He has winter shoes now, but these are a very comfortable summer pair, and we just cannot get them anywhere.
Okay.
And before this pair he has are completely done, I would like to have a new pair for him to turn into.
All right, then, okay. Well, we'll see what we can do for you. If
maybe
anyone,
some of the shops or something listening will maybe do a check and might turn up a pair.
Yeah, I would
Size
say
9 in that Riker shoe. Now, I'd also like to wish Geordie get well soon, speedy recovery.
Yes.
We miss all his weather forecasts.
Mm-hmm. All right, then.
And they're generally more often accurate than what the weathermen are.
Well, you see, that's something that we have to deal with. Is the meteorological office letting us down, or has Geordie got some prescience that we know nothing about?
Geordie has something a wee bit more, and we're very sorry to hear his tragic news there recently, but we're hoping he's getting well, and hopefully he'll be on the show soon.
Well, no news is good news. We haven't heard anything from
will you
him.
play a wee request for us?
I certainly will, yeah, if I've got it.
I think Geordie would like this too if he's listening. It's one of Sean's very close friend, Charlie Lansborough's.
Yeah.
Will you play it? I know he's not your favourite.
Oh, no, Charlie's fine. Charlie's fine. He's grand.
My husband and I both love My Best Friend.
My Best Friend. All right, then, we'll see what we can do for you.
Too.
All right, then. Okay,
Gerry.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. We were told there's a shop in Causeway Street in Port Stewart sells those shoes.
Aye, but we've been there and he doesn't have them.
Well, there you are.
You see?
Where else?
Smart arse.
That's Hoods.
Is it? And we're told you'll also get the shoes on eBay.
eBay.
Where else, Tom Stewart?
Try eBay, yeah? Okay. Well, hang on for a minute or so. Hang on until the end of the programme to see if we get any contact from anyone who can help you.
There's someone on 2 knows how to get the shoes, Thomasina says. So, I know you're working so hard this morning, Gerry. I'm sorry for putting you through the...
Hello, good morning.
Yes.
Good morning.
Yeah, can you... you're through to this lady. Maybe you could let her know what she can do about this shoe situation.
Yes, the man Robinson and Carrickfergus, who you're supposed to be getting a pair of boots made.
Yes.
I make those Riker shoes as well.
Oh, you're the man from down there. You make those regular shoes as well, but I mean, she's looking for Riker.
Yes, but he makes that make as well.
Oh, really? Does he? Oh, there we go.
Sorry?
Yeah. How would you contact him?
He stalks them, Gerry.
I don't know. Tell the lady what you're telling me.
It's Robinson's of Carrickfergus. He's a shoemaker.
I've got his number. I've got his number upstairs, actually.
And does he stock these shoes?
Yes, well, he stocks them already because they make shoes as well, so he can make a pair for you to suit.
So if I take a pair to him, he can make me the same?
I would say so, yes.
I have his number, actually. I'll give it to you. Sean, will you remind me to ring this lady after the programme? I always ring the people after the programme.
I shall.
And I shall give her the number of that gentleman, and he will be able to tell her if he can do this or not, or if he can help her in any way. Thank you very much, sir.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you. I'll ring you back after the show.
Okay, Gerry.
All right, then.
That's lovely.
Bye.
Thank you, night.
Bye. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, he won't ring
He
her.
won't ring, yeah.
No, but I will.
I know you will.
I want you to keep her number
No,
and
I
give
know
it to me
you
after
will,
the show,
yeah.
and I'm going to ring her.
Uh-huh.
Because I know that man's number, because I have occasion to ring that man myself.
Yeah.
Because I think I deserve a pair of boots, don't you?
Mark. Come on, help me.
What do you mean help? Germino.
What?
Germino.
Germino.
Mark Germino.
Mark Germino.
Sure, I know that.
Yeah, but that's the man I was looking for.
Sure. You just said...
That was the man, it was the cross between...
It's all right, Sean. It's okay. We know that. It's a cross between Chris Christopherson or John Prine.
And Mark
Germino.
Germino.
Yeah. You played a record called The Lonesome Boat Man, you said. Is it not The Lonesome Boat Man? We're at the former. The men would hardly be lonesome, would they now? Yes, thank you. Pedantic. I like a little pedantry every now and again. Please do not play anything by Charlie Lansborough, or wherever his name is. That's from Neil. You see, this is the cruel thing that you get here. I must admit that Jimmy Carr and Michael McIntyre can be very funny. We have DVDs of them doing stand-up. I'd sooner buy a DVD than waste money going to see a comedian live. I'd miss one punchline and then drive my husband mad by asking him to explain it to me, and we'd miss the next 10 gags. Or someone behind me would sneeze at an inopportune moment, and I'd end up thumping them. I'm in such a good mood today. You mentioned the Jubilee concert. One thing I did agree with last night when watching 8 out of 10 Cats was one guy being aghast at Lenny Henry interrupting Rolf Harris singing Two Little Boys. He did that, you know. Lenny Henry stopped when Rolf Harris was doing Two Little Boys. No, towards the end.
I didn't see it, but I read in the paper.
No, the end of it. No, the end of it where he jumps up. There's room in my horse for two.
Yes.
Remember that at the end?
Yes.
Lenny Henry stopped him before the end. He stopped him before the end. I remember thinking, what a horrible thing to do.
I was reading in the paper about the show.
Shakespeare's gone to his head.
They were given out about Lenny Henry and Rolf Harris.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
Indeed,
is that right?
yeah. I think if you have a mouse race, you should invite Mousy Brady. I think he'd win it hands down, even though he's 84. Paul Jones...
He's a hero of yours.
He is a hero of mine, yes. Paul Jones paid fine tribute to Levon Helm on his Radio 2 show last night. Hope you caught it. I must listen to that on iPlayer. Are people using iPlayer? People should do that. I talked yesterday about a program that was on last night about foil search rescue. Apparently it was really, really good last night. I didn't see it. I must watch it on iPlayer. Do you ever refer to iPlayer watching other programs?
No, I watched that program last night.
Did you?
Foil search
Good, apparently. Yeah?
Yes, it was very good.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very good.
Cine camera. Has that man got the camera? A gentleman lives in Bushmills. You pass on my number to the gentleman looking for it. You can call me. That's a fellow called Jackie Cole. The cinema we're looking for is called the Tudor Cinema. And Colin and Alwyn James are the cinema men, but I don't think so. A person said that you sound less chesty.
Me? I didn't think I was at all chesty.
Well, there you are, you see.
Is that right?
There's people sitting at home thinking you're chesty. No, you're less chesty after your holiday, so it must have done you a bit of good. I'm not sure if you saw yesterday's newsletter, but didn't a certain Mr. Anderson picture it along with others? He looked a faked brown with big white eyebrows. Are they stuck on? Cruel, cruel, cruel. Gerry, when you say you wish someone would put these tracks together, couldn't the undertone do it for you? Yes, he could, but he won't. He's too busy undertoning. Here's another request. Turkey Neck. Listen. Please play Listen by Christy Moore. James, welcome back, Seria Charlie. That's you. You know you're Seria Charlie, don't you?
I know, yes.
Just checking it, because you know your name. The army's not here anymore. You may have forgotten your name. Oh, that's the same thing again. Oh, no. No, this is a request. This is Paul Casey, a song called Big World, which I played yesterday and everybody liked. Paul Casey's going to be coming on the programme in a couple of weeks' time. Him and the gentleman from Derry Stoke Londonderry via America called Justin Black, two great singer-songwriters. That'll be a good day. I think it's Friday week.
It's good.
What?
He's going to be coming on.
He's going to be coming on, does he?
Yes, did you say it?
Did I say that?
Yes. It's going to be coming on.
It's going to be coming on. Is he going to go up? Or is he going to go down? Yes.
Outside is a big world. Big shots playing. Inside of nightmares. They don't go away.
waves on the shore. This little box, so much trying to get out. They suck you in, make you believe all they want.
That's local singer-songwriter genius Paul Casey. He works with Chris Rea and just produced his last album. This is one of his own songs. It's called Big World, and you can contact him or access his music on www.paulcaseymusic.com, www.paulcaseymusic.com, Casey. And he'll be on this programme on Friday week. This Friday we've got Ben Glover, and we've got Bob Kennedy and Anthony Toner all coming in to do a kind of a round robin. 3 songwriters together. I'm looking forward to that. Gentleman writes to me, during the last big jubilee and recession in 1977, we had the Sex Pistols. Now, we've got Cheryl Cole and Nadine Coyle.
It's not true what they mean the pippins about Derry. It's not true. Derry people are beautiful.
Stop making fun of Derry people, Gerry.
I'm not making fun of Derry people. They're beautiful. They're beautiful.
That's terrible the way you go on about the people of Derry.
Stop you mean the people. It's not true.
They're beautiful.
Anyway, also, what is going on, he says? We've got people like Chris Evans and Chris Tarrant describing themselves as the Queen's humble subjects. What are they on about? Well, they're just having Diana moments. Just one of those things. Seamus Heaney writes to me again, and he says, will we do a little Seamus Heaney poetry?
I think you should.
From my lofty position as poet, critic, and all-round guy, I survey, not with disdain, the little man, flat cap in hand, standing at the bus stop, sinking a pint, looking at a display of my books in a high-class bookshop. He's from Derry, Londonderry, like me, he will say, deriving a morsel of satisfaction from my glittering career. I am always acutely aware of my position. I too am human, and yet the spark of genius sets me apart from the ordinary 5/8 of which many are taking part. I am, I suppose, a phenomenon, the chosen one, the special one, the man who, like a hermit crab, must grab the wisdom of the elusive muse. Tell Janet, please, be quiet whilst I'm reciting my poetry. Well, she stopped to tie her shoes, and may I say, without being meanie, she ties her shoes a lot like Heaney. John, I can't perform with this noise in the background.
Look, Thomasina, would you be quiet? That's a great poet on there in the radio. He's from Derry, and he wants to read his poetry. I've told her.
She's still talking. It's Thomasina. Tell her to shut up. If I can, I keep well away from people. I consort with the bogland snipe, the rising trout, and the wild mountain hare. People tend to annoy me. They intrude in my greatness, asking silly questions about my work. What did you mean by this? What did you mean by that? I pretend I'm deaf, and I walk away. Now, don't get me wrong, I enjoy a song, and sometimes, perchance, a bit of a dance. I would never describe as bummers, the Christmas mummers. Double down, double down! Wild leaping savages stuffed with straw, stern of jaw, as Irish as the giant causeway rocks, shaking at a money box, perhaps to buy some Christmas socks. The labourer is worthy of his hire. I oft sometimes think, when washing my mug at the sink, of erecting a statue in repose, myself in bronze, spectacles on nose. Every morning after tea, I would go and stare at me, inscribed in Latin all about he kept her lit until we get out. A humble visage for all to see. Oh yes, I've mastered insincerity. I am at the moment translating the poems of an obscure Syrian poet, starved to death, you know, a long time ago, eating grass and camel dung. At last his praises will be sung. His work is hard to understand. In his days, his writings were all banned. I have heard professors quibble, describing his poems as dribble. But me, and my white, red, little snug pen, will bring his poems to life again. It's what I do, sitting by the open door, giving life to the most obscure writings from the mist of time. One caveat, they must not rhyme. A rhymer I shall never be. I'd rather throw myself in the sea, end my life too soon, too soon. I shall never rhyme June with moon. Well, there you are, a little insight into the mind of a prose poet. It just remains for me to say thank you for your company. May God go with you, and may Geordie stay lit until I get out.
There's a call for you.
Listen, by the way, I hate to appear flippant.
Yes.
But I wonder, now that you're here,
yes,
I've lost contact with the Geordie saga because there's no one in there who can talk to him. Maybe perhaps we could find out how he is. And indeed, you see, the hospital wouldn't let us speak to him.
Right.
They said it was an infringement of patient
privacy.
Privacy, that kind of thing. Yeah. What was his patient? And they wouldn't let us talk to him. So I'm wondering, I mean, he could be dead for all we know.
Oh, don't say that.
No, I don't like saying it, but he could be dead for all we know.
Why don't you take the call in one?
What call? This call? Yeah. Good morning, call on one.
Good morning, Jerry. How are you?
I'm all right, thanks.
This is Francie.
Francie, you Francie with Geordie?
That's me.
How did I know that? I didn't know that.
I know you didn't know that.
Sorry, I was just talking about Geordie there now, and I'm just saying it could be dead for all we know. I hope he's not.
No, he's not. Well, that's the only reason I never got in back in contact with you, is because the Lurgan Hospital hadn't let him talk.
Well, why would they not let him talk? What's wrong with him?
I don't know.
Are you afraid of what he might
But
say?
he's doing all right now. He's doing well.
Is he still in bed? Is he still in the scratcher?
Oh, he's still there.
He's still in the hospital. He's still in bed, or is he up?
Oh, he's up.
Up.
He can walk about and all.
Can he? And why would they let him out if he can walk about?
Well, that's what I said to him. What's wrong? He can't come to the door. But I don't know. They're very funny. But you have to listen to them, Gerry. You know.
Oh no, it's their shop, it's their hospital. If they don't want him to talk to us, that's okay. But he's okay. And what about? Is he in good spirits?
Very good spirits. Still no drink or fags.
Not even a cigarette?
Not one.
I don't know if I'd like to meet him, because I don't know how I would react to him. I've never seen him.
I don't know.
Kind of, without any kind of stimulant.
You're like me now, there, right?
Well, how are you dealing with him? Is this a new person you're talking to?
Oh, definitely.
Is this person?
But now and again, he would let a wee swing out of him,
Well, listen, you tell him that I was on.
He hasn't changed that much.
Right. You tell him I was unable to get down to see him due to pressure of business, and tell him my thoughts are with him, and tell him as soon as he gets out to give us a ring.
Right. Well, Gerry, just when I'm on, could I say something to you?
Yes. Okay.
I've lost a wee dog.
Oh dear.
He's my only dog now. I have him 12 years.
Oh dear.
He got out on me on Thursday. There was thunder here.
Mm-hmm.
And we've rang all the dog wardens. It's just, if anybody has took him in, it's round Craigavon area here.
Yes, yes.
And, because once the thunder comes, they
lose their reason. They lose their reason. And they tend to run out. Do you know what they tend to do? They tend to run out of houses.
Yeah.
And they tend to kind of shelter under a bush or something.
Well, you always hear Geordie talking about the hobo.
Yes.
Well, my wee dog's his father.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Son of hobo?
The son of hobo.
Yeah.
There's a way.
Well, there's a line there, isn't there? Okay, well, we can't let that line be discontinued. We have to get this dog back so that it may breed and multiply.
Yes, please, because, what I tell you, you're doing well finding things out this morning.
Doing okay. What kind of a wee dog is it?
He's like a wee Kern Terrier, but he's bigger in the legs, and he's tan.
Yes.
Now, the only reason he's not chipped, Gerry, he was always round the house.
Uh-huh.
And he was always on the lead.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to took him out,
Uh-huh.
The only time I had to took him out was whenever I was out in Geordie's, him and Rusty would have went hunting together. That was the only time that he was ever out.
Rusty would have been a bad influence on him.
Well, Rusty, in actual fact, nearly twice the size, and he's Rusty's dad.
Well, it's kind of like
breeding out there.
It's kind of like the way things are this past few years or so. Remember years ago, everybody in Northern Ireland used to be kind of short because then when after the 50s, all the children became taller than their parents.
Well,
it's just one of those things.
If anybody gets in contact with you, you can give out my number.
All right, then. Okay.
I would love it because we haven't 12 years, and I can tell you it's like a wake in this house at the minute.
Oh, I know. So keep your eye out in the Craigavon area for a wee Cairn Terrier. Any distinguishing marks about it, or a little collar?
No. He's tan, and you call him Murphy.
Murphy. All right then.
And
Murphy.
He's a wee black collar on him.
All right then. Okay.
I appreciate that. Thanks, boy.
Give Geordie my regards.
I will. I'm going over to see him today, in fact.
Okay. Bye.
All right.
Bye. I think I should have gone to see him,
Didn't like the way you ended that.
In what way?
You rushed the ending. See, I'm noticing these things now. You rushed.
No, I'm just trying to be brisk.
No, you rushed it too much. You didn't ask the name. Francie, had he tell you the name of the dog? Murphy, you never repeated it when he said it. You could have said a wee bit more. So Murphy's Rusty's son. So we'll look out for that.
I think that was well established.
Wearing a little collar, and anyone sees Rusty about, just you could be a wee bit more caring, I think, towards the end. You rush Francie a wee bit too much, and I wouldn't give you many points out of 10 for that interview.
All right then.
Okay.
Thank you. That criticism. I like constructive criticism.
I remember it all very well. Looking back, it was the summer I turned 18. We lived in a one-room run-down shack on the outskirts of New Orleans. We didn't have money for food or rent, to say the least. We were hard-pressed. Then Mama spent every last penny we had to buy me a dancing dress. Mama washed and combed and curled my hair, and she painted my eyes and lips. And then I stepped into a satin dancing dress. It was split on the side, cleaned up to my hips. Well, it was red velvet trim and it fit me good. And staring back from the looking glass was a woman where a half-grown kid had stood. Here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. Here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. Lord, forgive me for what I do, please. But if you want out, well, it's up to you. Now don't let me down. Your mom's gonna help you move uptown. Mama dabbed a little bit of perfume on my neck and she kissed my cheek. And I saw the tears well up in her troubled eyes when she started to speak. She looked at a pitiful shack and then she looked at me and took a ragged breath. Your paws run off and I'm real sick and the baby's gonna starve to death. She handed me a heart-shaped locket that said, to thine own self be true. And I shivered as I watched a roach crawl across the toe of my high-heel shoe. It sounded like somebody else that was talking, asking, Mama, what do I do? And just be nice to the gentleman, Fancy, and they'll be nice to you. Here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. Here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. Lord, forgive me for what I do, but if you want out, well, it's up to you. Now get on now, girl, you better start moving uptown. Well, that was the last time I saw my mom, the night I left that rickety shack. 'Cause the welfare people came and took the baby, Mom died and I ain't been back. But the wheels of fate had started to turn and for me there was no way out. And it wasn't very long till I knew exactly what my mom had been talking about. I did what I had to do, but I made myself a solemn vow that I was gonna be a lady someday, though I didn't know when or how. I couldn't see spending the rest of my life with my head hung down in shame. I might have been born just plain white trash, but Fancy was my name. Here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. Here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. It wasn't long after a benevolent man took me in off the street. And 1 week later I was pouring his tea in a 5-room hotel suite. Yes, you were. Well, I charmed a king, a congressman, and an occasional aristocrat. And I got me a Georgia mansion in an elegant New York townhouse flat. And I ain't done bad yet. No. Now in this world there's a lot of self-righteous hypocrites that would call me bad and criticize my mama for turning me out, no matter how little we had. And though I ain't had to worry about nothing but now 15 years, I can still hear the desperation in my poor mama's voice ringing in my ear. Here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. Here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. Lord, forgive me for what I do, but if you want out, well, it's up to you. Now don't let me down, your mama's gonna help you move uptown. And I guess she did.
That's Bobby. You remember Bobby Gentry?
Yeah.
The day that Billy Joe McAllister jumped off the Tallahatchie Bridge.
Never liked that song.
Did you not?
No.
Good. That's Bobby Gentry. That's a song called Fancy. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Gerry.
How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good. You sound very bright and breezy.
I'm just wondering, will it be possible to plug a wee coffee morning that a couple of friends of mine and myself are holding next Saturday, the 23rd of June?
Certainly, go ahead.
It's for the Ulster Cancer Foundation. They've changed their name. They're now the Cancer Focus for Northern Ireland.
Okay.
And we're having a little coffee morning in Strabane at number 5 Butcher Street.
Yes.
Next Saturday morning from 11 to 1. And everybody is welcome. And there's a man coming from the Cancer Focus charity to give a wee talk on what they do. So I just wanted to sort of let the people know there's plenty of homemade scones and with some jam and cream on them and everything. There'll be plenty of chat and all, you know.
That used to be my beat.
Is that right?
Yes, I used to drive a little white van in Strabane. I used to be in the social services. I used to be an assistant social worker.
Oh, there you are, now.
And I used to drive around Strabane, and I used to be in houses in Butcher Street, and I loved the people, and I never had as better crack as I had in Strabane, I have to say.
Indeed, we're all a very friendly bunch up here now.
Indeed, I have to say that. Thank you very much. So when is that?
Thank you very much, Gerry. That's great. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Okay, right. Bye.
Bye.
Gerry, what a very interesting programme that was on last night about Foyle Rescue Service. They deserve medals. Yeah, those people are all working voluntary, and whilst you and I are lying, sleeping, or indeed, as the case may be, not sleeping in our beds, those guys are pounding up and down the quayside in the winter looking for people who are less fortunate than us, who've decided that maybe perhaps the only way out is to jump into that water. And they are there to haul them out. Nolan always says, this is a really, really, really important story we're bringing you today. I don't think he's terribly sincere. A person saying that we thought the interview with Nolan was brilliant, but it needs a little more insincerity. We'll check that. Riker shoes, you can get them on eBay. And particularly, no, here's a handier thing. I said I'd ring that lady. There's no need for me to ring her.
Right.
Because all those shoes are on Amazon.co.uk. That's Rieker. I think
what if the lady's not listening?
I'll ring her anyway.
I think you should ring her and give her that information.
You think I would ring her, don't you?
No, I think you should ring her and explain to her. What time did that coffee morning start?
I don't know.
I know. How much is it to get in?
I don't know.
What is it a house? Is it a shop? Is it
I don't know.
A cafe?
I don't know.
No.
But the people listening would pick this up.
No. What's the name of the street again?
Butcher Street.
Right. So somewhere in Butcher Street on Saturday morning at a time you
It's a small
know,
street, short street.
Doesn't matter. There's going to be a coffee morning, and it's for a very, very good cause.
All the people need to know is there. If they go down to Butcher Street in Strabane Saturday morning, they will see a hubbub. They'll see a melee. They'll see a maelstrom of activity, and they'll go in there and they'll know in the right place and they'll say, Gerry sent me, and they'll be welcomed with open arms and given a bun and perhaps tea with sugar in it. Gerry, you always look distinguished and handsome. You don't need to go on holidays. You're missed so much. Gerry, could you do a bit for Irish-Cuban relations and play the most popular song in the Caribbean called Guantanamera? Joan Baez, Pete Seeger and Christopherson, could you and Sean not rustle up something this is from Ernesto de la Serna, obviously not from this country. Guantanamera, what does that mean?
I don't know, what does it mean?
I'll tell you a story about that.
Uh-huh.
Do you know the whole controversy about the renditions and about the American Navy and Army and all that kind of thing? Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah.
People being tortured there.
Yes.
Guantanamo Bay.
Yes.
Guantanamo Bay, before the Army took it over,
yeah,
was a well-known beauty spot and indeed a kind of a bay where a lot of little fishing villages, and they were very much known for the beauty of the women.
Oh.
The women of Guantanamo Bay.
You'd have liked it there.
Yes, and do you know what the women of Guantanamo Bay were called? The Guantanamera.
Oh.
Mera meaning woman. The women of Guantanamo were Guantanamera.
What's after that?
Let's see you, Guantanamera. Let's see you, Guantanamera. Team Polaris Racing a fundraising barbecue to be held in Moyola Football Club, Castledawson on Saturday, 23rd of June, 8:30. All tickets purchased. Will be entered into a draw for signed picture of Michael Dunlop. So come along and support our rider Nico Mawini and enjoy good food and a good night's crack. There we are, Team Polaris Racing fundraising barbecue and the Moyola Football Club, Castledawson, Saturday 23rd of June at 8:30.
People are very disappointed
and
contacting the programme. One saying shameful that you have not been to visit Jordan Hospital.
Guantanamera, Guantanamera. I'm afraid of what I'll find. You see, you know that Geordie has always been a fixture in this programme, and often, how many things have we gone to? Buses, single nights, Geordie's appeared. Remember he had to get him thrown out one night? He's always been this cantankerous.
Never had to get Geordie thrown out anywhere.
Yes, we did.
No, you did not. You're telling lies now.
That's not
You're
a lie.
blackening Geordie's
I'm
character.
not blackening his character.
If Geordie was thrown out, I went out along with him.
Do you not remember the night we had the singles night and the man came up to me and said, there's a wee man down there starting trouble?
No, he did
I should
not.
throw him out the book.
No, he did not.
He did, and I'd let him in after, it'd be all right.
No.
What are you doing? You must know that he's cantankerous. And
not at all.
He's cantankerous.
No.
So he nearly got me into a fight 2 or 3 times. But you see, this is the Geordie that I know. I don't know this new Dalai Lama Geordie. I don't know if I'd be able to talk to him or not. Because you're talking to a man who I had to separate him from a man fighting because the man just sat there and Geordie took a dislike to him. You know,
You're blackening Geordie's character.
I'm not blackening his character. You know that as well as I do.
Those doctors that he's working with now, they don't know that, Geordie.
All I'm saying is he was a Hanlon. He was a Hanlon. And I can't deal with this new placid Geordie. Not smoking, not drinking.
I hope when he gets out of
talking properly
hospital,
like this.
I hope when he gets out of hospital he thumps you.
Well, you see, Sean, be careful what you wish for. Because I'll tell you why. Geordie's a very strong man. And you know he's as hard as nails.
Yeah.
You know that. That's a man who has been honing his body and indeed abusing it for many, many years. And if Geordie hit you, you'd know all about it. So you be very careful for what you wish. If Geordie hit me, I would possibly not recover.
Can you see Geordie ploughing a field, but
Yes,
walking behind a horse? I can see him.
I can see him.
I bet you did that.
I can see him ploughing a field with a thing on with a coulter on his shoulder without a horse at all. I can see that. He's a very strong man indeed. And indeed a man who has been used to, the hard life and used to being in the country. A man not cosseted. A man. This is not a man who sits and watches TV. This is a man who puts a telegraph pole into his fire and waits for it to burn. There are no men like this left, for God's sake. Have you no idea what kind of a man you're dealing with? And now he's kind of going, I don't want that cigarette. Oh, no.
That's good.
I don't drink.
That's good.
I don't drink. Oh, no, please, no.
That's good. Good on you, Geordie.
I can't handle a man like that.
No,
Can't handle him.
Yes. I look forward to meeting that new Geordie. It's been a long road for Geordie, but he's finally got there. And by golly, he'll remain there.
He'll be playing golf next.
This is the best part.
But life still goes on. I can't get used to living without you by my side. I don't want to live alone. Hey, God knows, got to make it
right. It's stubborn you to be that. It's black, it's white. Woo!
Well, that's everybody. That's Queen. Stevie Wonder's in there too, and Michael Jackson. I don't know, everybody else. Don't forget now, you can write to me, Gerry Anderson, care of BBC Radio Foyle, 8 Northern Road, Derry, Stoke, Londonderry. The old snail mail still operates. Back tomorrow.